So I potentially, maybe, have bad news for 100% of the people watching this today, and that is, for some of you, here's the bad news, there are really shitty people out in the world, and then for the other people, who are maybe the shitty people, you were just clickbait punked. Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer Moleski. This is my YouTube channel. For those of you who have seen me in my videos before, you may see that this is a different area. I used to be up in my attic, but it's really hot in Colorado, and it was an attic. There's 2 converted bedrooms upstairs, and the sun hits the roof, which is like really slanted. It hits the roof from like 7 in the morning until 7 at night, and it is like an oven upstairs. So I moved down here forever or for the summer season. So, okay, that's that. So the reason I say might is because when you make a YouTube video, you will typically look at keywords using a keyword research tool. Now, this is why the might. It might not be accurate, but what I've found is very disturbing. Okay. I originally wanted to do a video about how I used to be a bitch. Like I was really nice and then I was a bitch and then now I'm nice again. But in searching for the keywords to use, I came across these troubling recommendations. If we look at some somewhat normal questions like how to be nice, like that would be a nicer thing to look up. We don't really have many people looking for that. And that's okay. Maybe they already think that they're nice. So that's kind of normal. How to be a better person. That's fair. Good search volume, so that's promising for humanity. Why am I such a dick? This is for the dudes out there. Some of you want to know why you're a dick. And then some of you fine ladies are like, why am I such a bitch? And that's commendable. I like that. Wondering why you're a bitch or mean, it is fine. It's very self-introspective. I love that. Know thyself, then act like it, right? Or know thyself, repair what you don't like, and then act like it. But then we get into kind of some weird stuff, like how to be mean to people, how to act better than other people. Hey, that's pretty good. 57. How to treat your wife like shit. And how to treat your husband like shit. All right, 56 out of 100. Good score. But then the real winner chicken dinner is how to be a bitch. 80 out of 100. Excellent search volume. Very, very good. Light green. So for the people that have looked for how to be a bitch, you're the ones who have been clickbait punked because I don't know. I want to talk to you. Why? What if you're not even naturally good at it? So you're looking on how to act like a bitch. One more thing, I just want to kick in here really quick. If you like this content or this flavor of content, you can subscribe to my channel. You press subscribe and there's a bell that comes up and you go bing all. Ugh, I want to see Jennifer all the time. That's it. Do you know what bitches are? They're insecure. Okay, so I'll tell my story and then we can go into, please stay with me. People that want to be a bitch, just stay with me and let's learn together. And if I can talk you out of being a for the rest of your life, then I've done my job. So ever since I was a little girl, I've always had a lot of energy, and I've been called weird and rambunctious and talkative and cheerful and friendly. Okay. And then, and I acted like it. And then I started a job at a restaurant. You guys know I'm fine dining. So I went from a chain restaurant to this fine dining restaurant. And guess what I was? Horrible. I was so bad at my job. I had no technical skills. I knew nothing about wine, nothing about spirits, but I was cheerful to my guests, okay? And I was cheerful to the people that I worked with. But something happened that hadn't really happened before in my life, and it was that people didn't like me for me. And it was shocking, devastating, surprising. I didn't like it. So after consideration, I thought, well, how can I guarantee that people will like me? I can't. How can I guarantee that people won't like me? Because this whole coming out of left field, not liking me for me was too much for me and my little 25-year-old self. So I thought, well, if I'm a bitch to everyone, then of course no one's going to like me. It's to be expected. I can control the situation. I can control what people think about me. So that, coupled very well with the fact that I was really insecure about my job, my performance, my knowledge, in comparison to the people who were around me. To the effect of, and I've never heard of anyone doing this, we did tip pooling. And for the first, month, two, when we do the cash out at the end of the night, they tell me how much money I earned, and I would always say no. No, I don't want any money tonight. Take all of my share and put it into the tip pool for you guys. And that is the one thing that kept me from being fired. But anyway, that's beside the point. So I knew I wasn't very good at my job, and that made me feel bad. And the only way that I could protect myself from the surprise of not being liked, and to I don't know if you would say defend myself or guard myself against how poorly I was doing at the job, was to act like a bitch. It was really logical. It was an armor against being who I was. And if you're one of the people that have searched how to be a bitch, what are you looking for? Because people who are bitches really only get any happiness from, well, first of all, people who are bitches are doing so because of basically the story I just told. There is an insecurity that is so rooted in yourself, and you don't know how to remedy it, so you decide to be a bitch to other people because that makes you feel better. It's a misdirected, self-protective behavior, and it usually arises from insecurity. At least it did for me. I was insecure around the people. What are you insecure about? Please, can we work on that together instead of trying to find tactics on how you can make people feel bad? Because being mean or being a bitch only works if you can tell that other people around you are feeling disempowered because of it. I will say it is often effective. It is effective in making people feel disempowered. But also I want to pit this up with feminism. If you are a feminist, how dare you look for ways to make yourself less likable? Here's why, how dare you? Because what will happen is the more people that don't like you, the less opportunities you will get. And that goes from social situations to jobs. But what you're going to do is alienate everyone around you, make people not like you, do things that cause you to be on the outside, and then you will call sexism. And then you will blame it on the fact that you're a woman. Maybe you're looking for, instead of searching how to be a bitch, how to be powerful. But here's the deal with power. People that yield a lot of power have to, or should, or the best people with power know they have power, and they are gracious to those around them. Hubris, for sure, some people can be powerful and hubris and yucky. They don't necessarily stay in power for a long time. They may, if it's just for power in business, but that's not even so. I mean, if a guy's an asshole all the time, who's going to want to do business with him? At some point, something's going to happen where people are like, yeah, fuck that guy. I'm not going to go into business with him. I'm not going to do business with him. He's a dick. Because there's dicks and there's bitches, but we're talking about feminism. So if you want to find out how to act in a certain way to make yourself an outsider, please do us all a favor and don't claim it's because you're a woman. It's because you're a bitch. Don't be a bitch. No, it may sound like I'm advocating for people to just be nice. And I think nice is one of the most horrible compliments anyone can get. Because if someone's like, well, what did you think about Jennifer? Oh, she was nice. Oh, how boring is that? I have nothing else to offer. Nice is the only thing that comes to mind. So I'm not asking you to be nice. I am asking you to be authentic. And authenticity isn't just bitch. Bitch is a mood. It's a fleeting thing within all of us. And the more powerful the person is, the more power they have over their emotions not to show that side. So to be authentic is something very different than just to be a bitch. And we're going off the premise that this keyword research tool is somewhat correct. But I would say to you, if you're looking to be a bitch, you're looking to act in an insecure way, or being a bitch is the symptom of being insecure. So maybe you should search how to be in a bad mood all the time. But holy shit, people are searching for that. People want to know how to be in a bad mood. At this point, I just don't know how reliable this keyword research is. I don't know. I hope it's reliable just for my analytics, and I hope it's not reliable for the state of the world. Okay, so I said that I went from being really nice to being a bitch because it's something I could control. And then I finally got good at my job. And then my bitchiness started to shed away, but I had to do things on purpose to stop acting like a bitch. Which, the biggest thing that I did is smile. Oh my God. Can I tell you how hard it is to smile at strangers? Oh God. So I made myself, everywhere I go, I would make eye contact and smile. Okay? Smile at the people at the grocery store, a woman, a kid, a man. And in the beginning, most people didn't smile back. And it's not because people don't smile back. It's because my smile was not genuine. It was like, because I was so uncomfortable. I was like, I do this weird fake smile, and I see a lot of people do it. I dated a guy who couldn't smile. He'd always go, like, what the fuck are you doing? Are you never really genuinely happy? He couldn't smile. So for some people, you have to actually practice smiling. Anyway, so I smiled at everyone, and every so often someone would smile back, and then it would make me genuinely smile. And then I just started being the asshole at the grocery store who smiles at everybody. But then something very interesting happened. This is why I'd rather have you not focus on how to be a bitch, but how to smile more, because you'll have far more impact in the world. What has happened to me, and this is anecdotal, it's me, but when I go to the grocery store, I think I glow so much of happiness, and I have like this behind me smile all the time, that when I turn, I'm shit you not, when I turn corners and people see me, before I can even genuinely smile, they get a huge grin on their face. It happens to me all the time, everywhere I go. If I'm walking on a sidewalk, this might be boring, but it's a very interesting smile. When I smile with people, it's very conspiratorial. It's very personal, and I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I feel like the person and I have something. We're in cahoots in some way, and it's rewarding. I really like it. And that's not a power grab. That's just like a genuine human connection. I have one more story. So when I was a little girl, I was in a really shit mood. I was like 7 years old, maybe, and my grandma had to run to Kmart, so I went with her, and I was feeling crabby and pissed off, and there was no appeasing young Jennifer. And we walked into Kmart, and my grandmother saw a woman that she used to work with at an insurance company. Okay. And this woman was so annoyingly exuberant and ebullient and sprightly and happy and lively and convivial and amiable and all the fun words that I like so much, that her strong energy demanded of mine that I disarm. And it was so it was like a spiritual experience. I went through that Kmart with my grandma in the best mood ever. I was so happy only because of this woman's good natural spirit. And I think about this woman all the time. I mean, this is probably 35 years ago, a long time ago. But this woman has been on my mind so much. I've told the Kmart story. I've told the Kmart lady story to so many people, and even people when I wait on them, they're like, Jennifer, what else do you want to do? I'm like, no, this is it. I love waiting on tables. Why? I say because I want to be the Kmart lady. I do not want to be a bitch. No, sorry, Bob, I do not. And I advise that everyone take a long, hard look in the mirror, look at the armor that you're wearing for yourself, and go, why am I wearing this? What am I afraid of? How can I be better? How can I have more power? And I mean that in a good way. Because with power, what? Comes responsibility. You gotta act nice. So that's all I really have for you today. I'd like you to have a good day. I'd like you to not be mean to people on purpose. I'd like you to stop searching the internet for how to be mean. I'd like you to stop searching the internet for how to hit your wife in the kidney so nobody knows that you're beating her. I'd like you to stop searching the internet on how to be mean to your boyfriend. But in the end, I have no power over you. You, my friend, are self-responsible. So I beg you to just consider and heed my advice, maybe. Until we meet again, have a good day.